Hey everyone. So if you're in the Cardano ecosystem, you know there are a ton of voices out there, all telling you what's what. It can get pretty noisy. So who should you actually listen to? Well, in this explainer, we're going to build a kind of field guide to help you figure that out for yourself. I mean, that's the big question, right? You open up X, you open up YouTube, and your feed is just slammed with opinions, predictions, and all these hot takes. It's honestly overwhelming, and it's tough to tell who's got real insight and who's just shouting into the crypto void.
And that is exactly what we're here to do. Think of this as your map through that noise. We're going to break down the different types of voices you'll hear in Cardano. The goal isn't to tell you who to follow, but to give you the tools to decide for yourself, just by understanding the roles they play.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the infrastructure operators. Now, these are the folks with serious technical skin in the game. They aren't just talking about Cardano, they are literally running it.
So what does an operator actually do? Well, think of them as the mechanics keeping the whole Cardano engine humming. They run stake pools, that's what an SPO is, and those are absolutely essential for processing transactions and keeping the network secure. A lot of them are also DReps, which means they have real voting power in Cardano's governance. Their commitment isn't just words, it's actual hardware, it's capital, it's time.
A really fantastic example of an operator is Stake with Pride. They run the Pride stake pool, and their whole approach is super mission-driven. They're all about decentralization, security, and making a positive social impact.
And check this out. This is how you can see their credibility in action. They're an active DRep. They're part of the Single Pool Alliance, which is a huge signal of their commitment to decentralization, and they're running nodes all over the world. So when they speak up about governance or call out misinformation, you know their words are backed by real, hands-on work.
And it goes even deeper than the tech. They've donated over $11,000 to more than 80 different causes. This just goes to show you that for a lot of these operators, running a stake pool isn't just a job. It's a way to actually live out their values and support the community.
All right, let's move on to our next group, the ecosystem educators. So if the operators are the mechanics, you can think of the educators as the expert tour guides. They make all the complex stuff about Cardano easy for the rest of us to understand. You know them, you probably watched them. These are the people making the YouTube videos, the podcasts, and the step-by-step tutorials that so many of us rely on. And their value is just immense, because they're the ones bridging that gap between the super technical world of blockchain and the everyday user who just wants to figure out how to use this stuff. But here's the thing, not all educators have the same style. You take someone like Pete from Learn Cardano. He's all about building the community on the ground, hosting meetups, and teaching people how to spot scams. Then, on the other side, you've got DApp Central, who does these incredible deep dives on new applications and DeFi protocols. So you might follow Pete for that community connection and DApp Central for that really granular project analysis.
And the list of great educators goes on and on. You've got veterans in the space like Crypto Crow. You've got Linda from CryptoFly with super practical tutorials, Josh from Late Game Crypto with DeFi guides, and Paul, who built that awesome staking calculator a lot of us use. But wait, are you noticing a pattern here? Almost every single one of them is also a stake pool operator. They aren't just teaching this stuff, they're actively doing it.
Okay, let's switch gears. Next up, we have the market analysts. For all of you who are interested in price charts, trading patterns, and the whole financial side of the ecosystem, these are the voices you probably gravitate towards. Now, the role of an analyst is really specific. They're not just throwing out random opinions. They're using things like technical analysis, TA, to read the charts to try and forecast market trends for ADA and all the other tokens that are popping up on Cardano.
And if you're looking for a primary example of a well-respected analyst in the Cardano space, a name you're going to see pop up a lot is Sebi.
And hey, his credibility isn't just something he made up. Look at this. He's quoted by crypto media outlets like MEXC News, specifically for his technical analysis. When outside sources are pointing to your expertise, that's a pretty strong signal you're doing something right.
So Sebi brings years and years of trading experience to the table. But, you guessed it, there's that theme again, he's also a stake pool operator. That combination, that blend of market analysis with a direct, long-term stake in the network's health, that gives his perspective a really unique kind of depth.
All right, let's get to our final group. And this one is so important, the community builders. These are the people who are creating the culture, building the new projects, and weaving that social fabric that makes an ecosystem feel truly alive.
Because, let's be real, a blockchain is way more than just code. It's a community. And the builders are the entrepreneurs, the marketers, the artists. They're the ones actually constructing the apps we use and shaping the whole identity of Cardano. They're what makes it more than just a piece of tech.
Le Petit Ada is a perfect example of this. And, yep, you see it right there, she's an SPO. But she's also the CMO of Vault 3, which is a new data protocol being built on Cardano. She is literally building the next wave of infrastructure while also bringing this creative, human touch to the whole space.
And then you've got cultural forces like Lily Brody. Her viral Cardano Girls video. I mean, it used humor to start a really serious and honestly much-needed conversation about Cardano's marketing, about its accessibility, and about the need for more diverse and approachable voices. That kind of work is absolutely vital for growth.
So, we've met our 4 key groups: the operators, the educators, the analysts, and the builders. Now let's tie it all together and talk about how you can actually use this framework to build a smarter, more balanced crypto feed for yourself.
This table really just lays it all out, doesn't it? If you want that grounded truth on how the tech actually works, you listen to the operators. If you need a how-to guide for a new wallet, you turn to the educators. For market trends, you check out the analysts. And if you want to see where this whole thing is going, you follow the builders. And look at that last column, the signal of skin in the game. It's almost always being an SPO. They have something real on the line. Each voice offers something totally unique and valuable.
At the end of the day, a healthy information diet isn't about finding that one perfect person to follow. It's about understanding the different roles people play and curating a mix of these voices that gives you a full, well-rounded picture. So, now that you've got the field guide, the choice is yours. Who are you going to listen to?